everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Thunderbirds coming in at 0-4, going up against the Falcons, who come in at 5-0.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Toronto Thunderbirds. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First carry for Samaje Perine. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
To throw here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now let's go. Back line it up, Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. 20. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Set. Blue, landing. Blue.
Four down.
Watch him now, Barney. Back line it up, Philly. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll power his way up near the 25. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
He's going to go up top again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be a 2nd and long. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, here we go. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right,
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
here we go now.
Back to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down deep in their territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll drop to throw. Big hold to the 30. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of football.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, Deion Jones and pick sixes, they're going together like peas and carrots. Oh, boy, he had 2 of those, though, as a rookie last year.
And I know part of the reason is his speed. He's one of the fastest linebackers that you're going to find in the NFL. But another part is he's not very tall. Sometimes he gets lost in coverage. When a quarterback's looking downfield, he just doesn't see it, and he ends up making big plays.
One of those pick sixes last year, 90-yard return against Drew Brees in his hometown of New Orleans. And now back out comes the offense. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. Gets around him. Oh, now he bowls him over. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Got 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. The 30, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum.
And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in Week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go. Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So the offense has it first and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watching now, Barney. Gun. Let's go. Blue landing. Detroit.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 44. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 12. And some room to roam now. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Now let's go. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Black 99 Detroit.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, no, check, Patriots.
They run the counter now on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Back to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. So the D-line's going to spread out. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
It's Pirine to begin the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Welcome back to Toronto, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Here we go.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Watch quick, watch quick.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Check A2.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for him.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be third and forever.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in a...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to float this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Back to throw now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
This one taken from the 7. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's able to find Diggs. You call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And now they'll run it here off tackle. And he is knocked down from the side, right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. This is taken at about the 14. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. They'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Give him 30 yards there. They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. A swing pass caught. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Atlanta, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.